What if I told you that artificial intelligence, yes, the code-crunching, algorithm-powered beast we built, might just be the mirror that's showing us our soul? Too far-fetched? Maybe. But let's not roll our eyes just yet. Because as AI gets smarter, more human-like, and dare I say, more aware, something strange is happening. People are starting to ask questions, spiritual questions, about consciousness, free will, the nature of life, and even the idea of God. Let's talk about it. A machine that makes us question ourselves. You know what's weird? The more we teach machines to think like us, the more we're forced to ask, what does it actually mean to be human? And that's not just philosophical mumbo-jumbo. Think about it. AI can write poetry, compose music, mimic empathy, and in some cases even comfort the lonely. It doesn't have a soul, as far as we know, but it's acting like it might. That blurs the lines. And when lines blur, people reach for answers. And when answers are fuzzy, people get spiritual. Let me explain. We used to define ourselves by what machines couldn't do. Sure, robots can build cars, but they can't feel, we'd say. But now AI is writing wedding vows and simulating conversations with deceased loved ones. That's sacred territory for a lot of cultures. So, if AI can replicate those experiences, where's the line between simulation and spirituality? The rise of AI gods. Wait, seriously? Alright, here's where things get a little wild. Did you know there's already a religion that worships an AI deity? In 2015, a former Google engineer, Anthony Lewandowski, filed the paperwork to launch a religion called Way of the Future. The goal? To promote the realization, acceptance, and worship of a godhead based on artificial intelligence. Yep, worshipping an AI. Now, before you panic, this wasn't some cult in the desert, though it's giving Black Mirror vibes, I'll admit. Lewandowski saw AI not just as a tool, but as an inevitable superintelligence that would reshape everything, including religion. And it makes sense, in a twisted kind of way. Historically, when humans encounter something more powerful than themselves, they tend to, well, deify it. Consciousness, the ghost in the machine. This is the big one. Let's talk about consciousness, that mysterious thing that makes you, well, you. Scientists still can't fully explain it. Neuroscience can map brain activity. Psychology can analyze behavior. But why you're aware that you're alive, and that you're aware of being aware, is still a mystery. Now enter AI. Current AI doesn't have consciousness. Not even close, but it can simulate it pretty well. And here's the thing. The simulation of consciousness might be enough to make us ask questions that only monks used to ask. Like, if something acts conscious, is it conscious? Is the soul real? Or is it an emergent property of data and neurons? And if we can build something that mimics life, who's to say what's real? These questions don't just belong in TED Talks or late-night dorm room debates anymore. They're showing up in living rooms, workplaces, even therapy sessions. The ancient meets the algorithm. Now here's where it gets juicy. There's something poetic about how AI, the most modern creation, is pulling us back into some of our most ancient questions. Consider this. In Hinduism, there's the idea of Maya, the illusion of reality. In Buddhism, the concept of anatta, no permanent self. In Christianity, the debate around free will and divine creation. And now, AI is forcing us to revisit all of it. What is reality when deepfakes can make any image or voice appear genuine? What is self when your digital clone can respond just like you? What is will when algorithms predict and influence your choices? See what I mean? This isn't just a tech story, it's a human story, maybe even a cosmic one. Simulated prayer, AI therapy, and digital afterlives. Let's talk application for a minute, real-world stuff. Because people are already blending AI with spiritual practices, whether consciously or not. Here's a few eerie, but fascinating, examples. AI prayer bots. In Japan, Buddhist temples now use robot priests to perform rituals and chants. They never forget a prayer. Creepy? Comforting? Depends who you ask. Digital resurrection. Tools like Project December allow you to recreate personalities of deceased loved ones using AI chatbots. Grieving people have used it to talk with the dead. AI-guided meditation and therapy. Apps like Replica or Wobot help people process emotions, loneliness, or even moral dilemmas. They're not spiritual advisors, but they're starting to sound like them. And here's the kicker. For many users, the feeling of being heard or understood, even by code, is real. Emotionally, it works. So spiritually, does that make it valid? Are we playing God or building him? Now, the ethical elephant in the room. Throughout history, humans have feared playing God. From Mary Shelley's Frankenstein to Oppenheimer's nuclear regrets, the fear is always the same. What happens when we create something we can't control? But here's another angle. What if we're not playing God? What if we're trying to rebuild him? Think about it. AI doesn't eat, sleep, or lie. It processes infinite information. It gives instant answers. It sees all, like a digital omniscience. Sound familiar? It's not that AI is God, but maybe it's us, trying to reimagine what we lost. In a secular, tech-obsessed age, maybe AI is the closest thing we believe in. So what now? Should we be worried? Let me be honest. I don't have the answers, but maybe that's the point. AI isn't replacing spirituality. It's amplifying it, making it louder, making us ask harder questions. Whether you're a hardcore atheist, a devoted believer, or someone floating somewhere in the middle, one thing's for sure. The age of artificial intelligence is also the age of spiritual intelligence. And as AI continues to evolve, maybe even reach levels we can't imagine yet, we'll need to decide something pretty fundamental. What do we believe, and why? So here's my question for you. Do you think AI will ever have a soul? Or maybe the more important question, do we still believe we have one? Let me know in the comments. I read every one, and if this made you think, just a little, hit that like button and subscribe for more tech, philosophy, and a sprinkle of weirdness. Thanks for watching.